Hello StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between SortOf and Happy on Orbital Shipyard. In the top side of the map we have the red Terran player, it is Happy. And in the bottom side of the map rather, we have the blue Zerg player, it is a SortOf. Alright, so SortOf versus Happy in a TVZ from Katowice 2016. I'm pretty sure most of you haven't seen this before because this is from the Challenger round. I'm not sure many people watched many of those. It was kind of what they played to actually get into the final rounds of Katowice, so these ones might not be as well remembered, I suppose, but either way, let's see what's happening here in our TVZ. 1 Rax Expand appears to be what we're attempting to go for here with Happy. And SortOf going for the 15 hatch back here in a very safe place. I have seen a lot of Zergs choose to actually take their expansion down here, just because they can defend the ramp and the base more easily than defending this base and the ramp. Just a little bit more difficult to do, but SortOf says, you know what, I'm planning on being the aggressor. I would not be surprised if that was the case at all. SortOf really loves his Ling attacks, especially in ZVP. We'll see if he can make them work in ZVT or not, if he has another strategy in mind. One refinery here tells me this is going to be a Reaper that comes out. A little bit of drone harassment. Like I said, SortOf likes being aggressive, and it usually works out for him too. Popping up there, and we do get a Reaper. Reaper heading out of that Rax. What's going to be here to defend against it? The pool is actually a little bit late, I feel like, from SortOf. About 50% complete here, but there still should be Lings out by the time the Reaper shows up, and a Queen might be a little bit late to the party, but she'll be of good use for SortOf as well. Meanwhile, what is Happy doing here? He is upgrading this into an orbital command. There it goes. Calling down some mules there too. Always a fun sound. And Reaper's popped, ready to go, ready to rock. The Overlord scouts this out. He immediately sees what's going on. There's a Reaper coming up. The spawning pool has finished, and a Queen and 4 Lings on the way for SortOf, as predicted. 2 Queens here, 1 for each base. Pulling all the workers off gas except for 1. He really wants to drone up here. This is not a 2-base play. He's just doing enough to get into a lair possibly, but he really wants a 3rd hatch before anything else. Hopping on up here is the Reaper and getting some shots off there. KD8 charge exploding too. Trying to kill, I mean, at this point, wants to kill anything. Killing some Lings would be nice, but actually pulling the Lings back, as a good Zerg player will do, does get a single kill there. But no drone kills, and that's exactly what these Lings are intended to do, is make sure that no workers die, which is always a good feeling, and also try to kill the Reaper. The Reaper is down to 12 hit points. That Queen hits pretty darn hard, too. One more shot, and oh, almost got trapped. Almost got trapped and killed there, did that. Reaper kind of got stuck in this corner, but it does have enough time to sit back here, get some combat drugs back into his system, and come in for another round after having killed a single Ling. Just an amazing hold there by SortOf. KD8 charge, kabloom! Big time explosion, not much result. Does 10 damage on the explosion and knocks everybody back. Queen's getting knocked back by KD8 charge is one of my favorite things to see. So we might actually, I don't know, SortOf's control is a little bit too good, I think, here. Just being harassing. The speed about to kick in, the Lings know it. The Lings know it too. They're going to go after him as soon as that speed finishes. And here we go. Speed is finished. KD8 charge, knocking everything away from him. What placement. And the Reaper hops on out. Happy. Nicely done there. And the 3rd hatch does go down. Perhaps a little bit later than SortOf would have liked to do, but that's okay. In the end, everybody is just fine. Happy running around. Worker count is currently 29 to 28. SortOf keeping a bare lead there. Nope, 33 to 28. Like I said, the drones are coming in now fast and furious. That's the thing with Zerg. You can make a lot of drones at the same time, whereas the Protoss and Terran unit players have to make theirs one at a time. Although Chrono Boost is very good, and cooldowns for mules also pretty good as far as that income goes. Can actually make up for quite a bit of that. So I'd say as far as income is concerned, I'd say the players are pretty even with their abilities. Anyway, Hellion heading on down here. 4 Hellions and 3 Lings. 3 Marines inside the medevac. Popping on down here, Lings, 2 Queens ready to defend against this. Some Roaches, some more Lings here too. But this is a very nice timing attack from Happy. Getting some shots off here. Reaper throwing down that KD8 charge. Some Lings, some Queens. Hellbat transformation. Oh no. Hellbat's so much better in this situation than Hellions would have been. They're going to try to burn down this hatch. Is there enough DPS here from SortOf to take it on out? I don't know that there is. Hellbats are so darn good. I think this hatch is going to die. Doesn't get canceled. SortOf does not cancel. He's going to try to save it with the Lings and the Roaches, but nope. No way, Jose. Actually, Transfuse does go down on the hatchery, but down to 1 hit point, and it explodes. Everybody here might die, and they do. They're going to get surrounded by broodlings, by roaches. The medevac got taken down too, but queens died. Every single hellbat goes down. 3 kills each on them. And that's it. So was that a fair trade is the question. Is happy with the fact that he took down a hatch but lost a lot of stuff there. Resources lost, 800 resources lost to 1,000 for Happy there. So as far as pure resources are concerned, SortOf actually came out on top there a little bit. I'm sure Happy would have preferred to get away with his units, but sniping that medevac with the queens was a clutch move by SortOf. Losing this base, very sad, but he may be able to come back nonetheless. Barracks command center coming up. Another Liberator in production. How many are there right now? 1? Going for 2. Liberators in base defense are pretty darn good, especially if you have tanks helping them. These roaches trying to come up, but as soon as there's a tank in a good spot, just difficult. Yeah, the roaches might be able to do some damage to the supply depots, but they decide to head on back home. Taking shots from a tank the whole time they do it is not really worth it. Liberator makes itself known. Actually, notice the rockets come out of different directions, like left, right. Sometimes they split left and right. That's an interesting animation for sure. And eventually they will take down this Overlord because single target is not really the Liberator's thing. But gets it there nonetheless. Rate of fire not that fast. Third command center, like I said, on the way. It is getting upgraded to an orbital command. It will try to land in this position. I will bet you $100 million that's where it goes. Ravagers knocking down the rocks to try to take a 4th base over here, as is tradition for Zergs as well. Overlord tries to scout in, gets killed by Marines a little bit more quickly than the Liberator was killing it. But what did SortOf see? SortOf did see... Where does that reset my zoom? Saw the starport, saw the constructing barracks there too, so he knows what to expect basically. It's going to be a lot of barracks units with some support from tanks, some support from Liberators. And really shouldn't be too many other surprises behind that. Lair just about to finish here for SortOf. The question is, what is going to come up after that lair? That is the moment of truth for Zerg. It's going to be a Spire, quick infestation pit, getting glial reconstitution. Good, and there's the infestation pit. Alrighty then. So definitely, why does clicking on that not work? I guess because it's already on the screen. It's way up there though. Infestation pit, right up here on the screen. On the way with a macro hatch. Coming up here too for SortOf. Attempting to come down here is a Liberator. Going to check out this location here. Go to defender mode. Doesn't do it. Backs and out. Ravagers were begging the Liberator to go into defender mode there, but it did not. It absolutely did not. And is going to fly on away. But here come a lot of Marines. This is a bit of a different attack. Coming up from Happy. Can he kill another hatch? That would be so nice for Happy. 1, 2, 3. He's going to get it. Forces a cancel and gets away. I think he maybe lost a single Marine in that exchange, but I think that's all right. SortOf is technically up 121 to 110 total supply, but having lost another hatch, that's going to slow him down quite a bit. Happy doing an amazing job of harassing to the best of his ability. Quick Hive coming up, Pathogen Glands on the way. Zerground Carapace and +1 melee attack for SortOf. A lot of upgrades occurring now, but he hasn't been able to be aggressive at all. He's going to try to do this with some Lings. Maybe try to knock down these rocks, get inside that 3rd base. Another attack of Marines tries to come up here, dodging again. Other medevacs Happy very good at dodging those corrosive biles. A lesser player would have gone back into them as SortOf placed them to where the medevacs would try to retreat, but nope, not going to happen at all here. Happy pacing back and forth. Creep spread looking great for SortOf here too. That hive about 60% complete. Infestors on the way. They will actually pop out with Pathogen Glands based on the timing here. So Zerg players make note of that. Ling's trying to get inside. What is here? Couple Marauders, and that's it. A big surround here. The Ling counterattack doing a great job of things, trying to kill this tank. The tank going to die on the outside of the wall that was closed to keep the Lings on outside. Sacrificial tank. A lot of dead mules, a lot of dead SCVs here in this 3rd base. Another push in with a lot of Marines, though, and tanks. And the hatchery going to die again. It's going to fall once again, losing this 3rd essentially, but killing SortOf's 4th. Is that a fair exchange? There are so many trades going on right now. But Happy doesn't even really lose the 3rd. Yes, he lost some workers. Yes, he lost 4. That's it. Only 4 SCVs. But down here is where the carnage is happening. Setting up a defender mode circle. Tanks and Marines on the low ground trying to kill some stuff. Roaches, Ravagers, Ultralisk Cavern on the way for SortOf. I think he tried to rush for Ultras. And Happy kind of called his bluff, taking out an Extractor. Infestors in the front getting melted. Fungals being thrown down, but they are dead now. Corrosive Biles do get the Liberator. Sneaking on in here are the Roaches and the Ravagers, getting rid of one of the tanks. Lings from the top side, taking that out too. Tanks getting picked up and retreated and running away from Happy. SortOf manages to hold that. I feel like I would have panicked and run down that ramp to my death, but no, not SortOf. SortOf has better plans in mind. Lings on top of tanks again, forcing them to retreat. Corrosive Biles landing and dodged. Nice split there by Happy, actually. That was a great split. Killing some creep tumors. How are the upgrades doing? +1, +2. Sort of has the +1 carapace, but that's it. He's really going for these ultras. That's his eventual plan. 4 more infestors on the way. How much gas does he have? Not enough for many Ultralisks. But going for chitinous plating, he'll get some ultras in just a little while. A couple changelings are spotted and destroyed. Corrosive is tossed on down once more. Dodge not hitting anything. Happy checking for a base down here, but you know what? Sort of is going as kind of this 3-base ultra now. He's not actually trying to take a 4th base at all. More units coming on down here from Happy. Income tab 58 to 63 workers. Happy definitely in the lead right now. Can sort of get these ultras out? That's the question. That's the question, because I don't see any ghosts at all. And ultras against Marines, again, we've seen this time and time before on my channel. Ultra is very, very good against Marines. Marauders, not as good, but still super darn effective. +3/+3, not on the way for Sort of. Is spending all of his gas on these ultras, it looks like. Waiting for chitinous plating to kick in there too. And denying the 4th base is Happy, if just for a little bit. With a couple Lings, nice map awareness with those Zerglings to make that thing happen. Lings heading up that way. Roaches and Ravagers and Infestors heading up this way. Finally clearing that out, allowing the 4th command center to land for Happy. And that is exactly what happens. Creep spread continuing to spread up here north. Infestor, Ultra, Roach, Ravager, ready to go. Ultralisk makes its presence known. Does not have chitinous plating quite yet. Is it enough to do this thing? I don't know. Fungal growth, fungal bile. Catching a lot of those units there. Killing a couple tanks even. Chasing all the way back home though. I think Sort of wants chitinous plating to kick in. There we go. Now they do have 7 armor, which is great. The 3rd carapace level, which gives them 8, is on the way here too. A Ling run by though inside the main, doing a lot of work for Sort of, surrounding a Marauder, trying to pick off some SCVs. Any defense here at all? No, a lot of dead workers here at the 2nd base for Happy. Not looking fantastic whatsoever for our Russian Terran player. Income tab 62 to 53. Sort of has taken the lead. That's a lot of dead workers too. 29 workers killed by Sort of, 4 killed by Happy thus far in this game. I think I misread that earlier, but either way, at this point, another supply depot goes down. Not going to supply block Happy. Fairly close, but not exactly. Can they get another one with their upgrades? +2/+2 on these guys. The repairs, though, going to save it. Yes, the repairs save the supply depot. All right, Happy is now going into ghost production. +3/+3 on the way for those bio units. We have a Baneling Nest coming up too. A Spire on the way for Sort of. Adrenal Glands, +3 armor and +3 attack for the Ultras and the Lings on the map right now. Pushing up through again. Happy waiting for that +3/+3 to happen. A drop back here in the natural base. Going to go after the Roach Warren. I think they should probably try to focus down the Ultras. And they do. They change their attention to the Ultra Cavern and they take it out instantly. Ultra Caverns don't have that many HP, and that was a nice job by Happy. A little bit lucky, but hey, sometimes in this game, that's what it comes down to, is luck. Ultra with 1 kill, just getting dodged back and forth by the Medivacs trying to come in. They're actually going to force another cancel on that Ultralisk Cavern, I suppose. No. Ultra getting some... Oh, man. 5 kills. You can't just stand in there, man. I know you want to. I know you have Marauders. I know you think you're tough, but... Man, Ultra is so darn good against bio units, with the exception of Ghosts, I suppose. Moving right in here once again. Marines, Marauders taking out another hatch. This might be the 3rd hatch they kill. An attempted drop here. Lings getting on top of these Marauders. Do they have a Adrenal Glands upgrade? Not quite yet. That would have helped a lot, but they forced the pickup and the retreat anyway. These units did take down the base for Sort of. He's happily mining up here. Income tab is 64 to 59. Happy is not too far behind in that worker count. And Ghosts, Nidus Worm. I just saw a Nidus network be made here. Are these guys still alive? Yes. Ultra has to come in and deal with base defense. Oh, that 1 Marauder does get saved. Another attack of Fungal on top of everybody. Another Fungal might catch. No. Infestor too far away. Not enough energy to do it. Happy manages to escape here. This guy, that 1 Marauder has like 0 HP. He wanted to keep continuing the fight, but Happy said, no, let's get you back home. Single Ling ends up dead there too. More roving bands of roaches, making sure there aren't bases there or there. That has actually come back to bite Zerg more than once. Is the crazy expansions. And there's the Nidus Worm. It is coming up. Can Happy see it? Happy can see it. Happy can see it. So he comes right over here, sets up defender mode circles. His entire army is ready to go. There is no way that is happening at all. I mean, not his whole army is here, but a large group. Bam! Instant eradication on that Nidus Worm. This base up and running. And an attempted Nidus Worm up here too. Overseer flying over. Changeling being dropped down. Does Happy see this one? He's really focusing on the Overseer. Overseer might want to drag these guys away from this hatching, burrowing Nidus network. And there it is. Nidus network actually does manage to hatch. A lot of Lings coming out of this thing. They're trying to hold off the attempts to take down the Nidus network. Can they get it? Yes, they do get the Nidus. They get the Nidus. The remaining Lings here not doing a whole lot at all. Some Baneling hits actually. crushing down on some bio there too. Nidus Network ends up falling. Another base coming up for SortOf, 194 to 165 total supply. But the ghosts, there are a lot of ghosts for Happy. Ghost count right now at 15. Amazing tech switch for this guy. I don't know, maybe SortOf should just go for Muta. There is definitely a fusion core on the way. Yep, there's that steady targeting ability. If you haven't seen that one before, it's what you need to do if you're going up against Ultras. Another Nidus Worm, another Nidus Worm. This time Ultra pops on out here. Fully upgraded Ultra, 8 armor plus 3 attack. Look at how slow his health is going down. Eventually, I think he does get taken out. He does, but after doing a lot of damage to those bio units, Roaches trying to stand right on top here. The +3/+3 Marines and Marauders holding their own though. Ghosts using steady targeting, and the Roaches all end up dead. So like I said, steady targeting here, 50 energy after carefully aiming for 1.43 seconds while not taking damage. The Ghost fires a sniper round, dealing 170 damage, which does ignore armor, which is huge. A lot of the Ultra's health pool is going to be in armor. So SortOf down to 184 out of 200 total supply, getting some Vipers in the mix now too, continuing to make Ultras, not giving up on Ultras, working on missile attacks, level 1 here, Happy down to 160 total supply, but again, so many Ghosts. So many Ghosts ready to rock. This base is going to get replanted. There is still some gas here that can be taken by Happy. Some minerals too. I think that's what he thinks is worth it. And again, +3/+3 Ghosts. No slouches themselves, doing 26 damage versus light units. So really good against Lings. Really good against Mutas too. And +3 infantry armor with that 3 upgrade. So Ghosts and fast as well. Did I say that? 3.94 move speed here. Another Ling gets taken out. Kind of trying to scout things, but not really working too well. SortOf creep spread. Again, about half of the map is his. Throwing down creep on these potential expansion portions or points for Happy is SortOf. Another Nidus Worm coming up. Where is that thing? Right here. Scouted once again by Happy. I think he sees it. Yeah, stemmed down here to try to deal with that thing. It is keeping Happy inside his base. So that's something that Nidus Worms are all about. Is keeping your opponent inside their base, at least keeping a few units inside. Yes, you sacrifice some gas, but I think buying yourself the time to get up an army and get the composition that you want is actually nice. So a lot of Corruptors getting mixed in here too to deal with the Liberators. That guy's been hit already, but again, fully upgraded. Marine here, just hanging out, making sure SortOf doesn't take a base in that location, but SortOf's actually taking a gold. I don't see this get taken very much because of this high ground harass potential, especially from Terran. Throw some tanks up there, throw some Liberators up there, and this base is dead. This base is probably dead anyway, because the army spots it very quickly while it's still under construction. And yeah, forces a cancel there. Defender mode circles all over the darn place. Look at this Defender mode circle wall of doom. What is SortOf going to do about this thing? It's a huge battle. Ultra comes in from the right side, does do some damage there, but does end up getting taken down, yanking in the Liberators, using that abduct ability, forcing them out of the Defender mode circle, going for it. Here is SortOf Infestor trying to throw down Infestation, but no, they're walking right into circles. They're getting killed to 2 Banelings without even speed coming up and trying to kill some of these Ghosts. Corruptors whittling down this Liberator count. Defender mode is actually doing a lot of damage here too. Some Crucibles being used, picking up and rescuing a lot of units, but if they get fungled down, no, SortOf beats it. He beats it back here, 168 to 139 total supply. These guys trying to go home, not many units left, and here comes the push from SortOf, 168 again to 138 total supply. Still a lot of Liberators here. Crucibles being tossed on down and killing a couple Liberators very quickly there. And yes, Ultras do not care at this point. Corruptors coming in too, getting rid of those Liberators. I think that's all that Happy really has at this point. Some Marauders back in the quarter trying to defend here too, but Lings showing up. Getting inside the main base. Not looking good at all for our Terran player. It is 106 supply for Happy. Down below triple digits, and that's the GG from Happy. Happy is defeated, SortOf is victorious, and Happy has left the game. Well, that was a good one. That was an amazing back and forth there. Happy doing so much damage. But again, I feel like the Nidus networks, which didn't do a lot for SortOf, really bought him some time to get his Ultras up, to get his Corruptors up, to allow him to expand a couple more times. They didn't allow Happy to do any really big pushes in the game. He had the one big one down here that SortOf managed to hold off, and the one big one up here that SortOf managed to crush and push back. But otherwise, they spent a lot of time defending. Didn't do a whole lot of drops. One down here that was pretty darn effective too. But in the end, SortOf defended well enough to do one big counterattack and defend one more push and took the victory. So, well played indeed by our Zerg player. Well played by our Happy, but SortOf with the win today. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.